Hello, hi, I'm Contemplating, Cryptic Hybrid, and this is Reaching for Petals. Now, Reaching for Petals is a first-person adventure game. You can call it probably a walking simulator. It's a narrative-focused game about love, loss, and ambition. Mostly about love and loss, I would say, but you know what, let's go right into it and play. Now, Reaching for Petals was released just today on September 4th. It's developed and published by Blue Entropy Studios, and it's powered by Unreal Engine 4. As you can see here, it has 4 chapters. It's a pretty short game. It will take you maybe an hour, 70 minutes, 75 minutes to finish. Well, let's go right in chapter 1. The game is narrated, and it has controller and keyboard support. I'm playing with the keyboard and mouse. It's $9.99, so $10 a euro, but for the launch week it's 5% off, so you can get it for $9.49 until September 11th, and you can also get only the, well, if you want, you can get the soundtrack, the official soundtrack, for $2.99. That's the price, 25% off for the launch week. Blue Entropy Studios presents Reaching for Petals. And okay, this is where we start in a... Well, I guess the whole game is set in one single day. Looks pretty good, I think. There's some popping from here and there.
These woods are an example of what can be accomplished without man's interference. This forest, away from any town or communal society, is as untouched by man as any mass of green can be. It would be easy to mistake an area like this as a place of solitude and silence. That is not the truth. Here, there is no substantial evidence of civilization, but that does not mean it is without life. Wind and water fill the amphitheater with motion and meaning. Endless chatter of woodland beings permeates within this arborous cathedral. These are not idle conversations. It is an opera, a symphony, a concerto of unification, perfectly executed by design. There is no explanation for how these beings coexist. There is no reason to know why. Within these trees, among these streams, life is, and that is good enough.
Well, I wouldn't really say that it's good enough. It's just life is. Life always is. Life finds a way. Life exists. It's not... I don't know. It's. I understand the idea of the narrator, but can I push this? No. You can interact with a few bits in around, but not a lot. You can also jog. Well, go a little bit faster. You can also jump, but interactivity is quite low. I mean, this place looks really nice. I kind of wish it had more life in it. Sure, trees are life. I mean, I can hear some birds, but other than that, it's quite empty. Looks good, I guess, but looks deserted. Unreal, even, if I may say so. I mean, you don't even see bugs, you don't see birds, although you can hear them. You don't see lizards,
Nature
maybe,
is
or...
not entirely benevolent, and yet this does not take away from its beauty. Animals are hunted and eaten alive, with no knowing of anything outside of this forsaken wood. Human life is very much the same. Every day is lived knowing that any moment could be your last. But it is assumed that now is not that moment. Today is not that day. There is a desire to strive for significance. But in the end, every day ends just the same. These vicious beings live doing what they must do to survive, even if it means the end of another creature's life. Does this make them any different than the small rodent burrowing its home within the confines of a tree to seek shelter from the outside world? Even something as beautiful as a flower can be subjected to draining the essence of other greenery to stand a little bit taller and glow a little bit brighter. There is a cruelty in nature that brings about destruction, and yet this forest still stands. Life carries on, even if it's not the life that came before.
I'm not really sure about that part. It's a little like life exists and it kills and it dies and yeah, that's kind of the point. Maybe people don't really think about it, but nature isn't cruel. Nature just is survival of the fittest. I mean, people put labels like cruel on things we see. I mean, sure, I don't like it when I see, some baby turtles, being picked up off the beach where they were born by birds, but, I wouldn't really call nature cruel. It's just it exists in a way that ensures that there's survival of, well, the strongest genes, the species that can adapt the most, the easiest, maybe not exactly the most, but whoa, that was a little bit weird. But cruel,
at the heart of the forest lies a massive, ever-reaching oak, as large as a hill upon a mountain, standing alone and apart from the rest of the forest, encircled by still water. The trunk of the behemoth is impossibly thick, able to withstand the elements for the centuries it has stood here. The stoic branches do not sway like the other trees within the wind. Night is everlasting beneath the countless branches. No light permeates the endless leaves. There is one thing that this beast of a structure exacts more than any other being on this planet.
Invisible wall.
It endures the frost of the winter, the storms of the spring, the scorch of the summer, and the collapse of autumn. It endures the loneliness from being different and unyielding. The tree grows taller and stronger with each year, but never closer to the others that surround it. The other trees live, and they will surely die. But this monolith remains to stand the test of time.
Comparing the tree with a monolith, I guess? I like how people give meaning to secondary, tertiary meaning to things they see. Yeah, we do find meaning in everything. That's not a bad thing, it's more of a personal thing than it's reality. Well, I guess someone built something here, because quite a low hanging fruit here. Why is it so small? Why is this fence so short? It won't be able to keep
Streams
up,
cut
keep
into
out
the
anything.
wooded area like capillaries, carrying the essence of life from the top of the hills to all the organs of the forest. The streams swiftly scour the mountainside to ensure the continuation of this Eden, ceaselessly palpitating the blood of the earth. Unlike a standard circulatory system, The cycle of this
Look at this
network of
house.
vitality does not return to its source. It only travels downward into the endless expanse of the sea, to nevertheless return as droplets in the rain. Following the streams is a sure way to reach the colossal peak, if one were not to worry about the definitiveness of gravity. There is only one way to reach that height so directly, and it requires wings. Without a transport of such convenience, one must move onward into the dense arteries of the mountain, where the sun is no longer your companion, and the loneliness truly sets in. The dark takes over, and there is nowhere else but forward. There is no more going back.
Okay. I think that's true with everything. It's only forward. So there's an abandoned cabin here, but you can also see there's a stream with a bridge. And some really weird lighting that kind of prevents you to see the true colors of this bridge. See? It's so bright. It's way too bright. See? It's like you can't really see properly, and that I mean, your eyes would adjust to this. I don't even know where the sun is. It's not even a clear light. I mean, light like, you know, a bridge being lit like this would mean that, you know, the sun is not obstructed at all. But from what I'm seeing, there are clouds around, so I don't know how that light comes to be so powerful, at least. You can see there's not a lot to do. You can look around and again, you can say that it looks nice, you can find flaws, I guess, with the lighting, maybe with some textures, with some popping items, but for the most part I think it looks nice. Just not really sure what you're supposed to do, except I guess finding the flowers. And that was the first chapter, everyone. That was the first chapter, and now you move into, well, your house, your home, for the first memory. So this is your house. Notebook. And I guess you live in the middle of nowhere. Remote, another phone, a guitar, a bracelet, and yeah, that's it. What the hell is this supposed to be? Not a TV box. Was this Arch TV? Alright, so the one thing you can interact with is this bracelet. Childhood. These are the memories of a young man reflecting upon the most cherished stages of his life, filled with a love that transcends the ages of youth into something far beyond. So this is about, you know, your character's, you know, childhood and the love of his life. Your name is Kai. So if you remember in the cabin there was K plus R. Kai, that's you. And your life together's moments are those spent with your darling Renee. Renee would be your childhood sweetheart, and then I guess your partner. She is the dawn of everything. Her power to fill your life with magnificence is as sure as the morning's first illumination. But as every sun rises, so too must it set. Well, yeah, I guess if you're saying the same place. The first lasting memory shared between the beloved begins at the age of innocence. Budding laughter fills the air throughout the schoolyard. It is here where the story truly begins, with a fateful meeting between two preordained to journey the wrinkles of life and love. The two are initiated through a common companion atop a gilded hill surrounded by giant's greenery. Not scenery, greenery. The sun is high and the air is warm like any other summer day, but there would not be any other day. Not again. In an instant, everything changed. You look up and separate her brilliance from the sun. Renee sparks the kindling of your soul with a shy smile and her radiant eyes vibrantly glistening in the light. Your capability for love has only just now been awakened. Your chest is heavy, breathing is difficult, time stands still. You've stood silent for a few moments, not noticing her outreached hand. Her smile becomes slightly perplexed. So I can choose how I respond. Let's respond quickly, because we're eager. You stumbled your words, barely getting out your name, somehow managing to miss her hand and accidentally grabbing onto her bracelet. You jerk your hand back and apologize. Well, she laughs politely, commenting on how you act just like the way your friend described. She readjusts her bracelet and tells you she made it herself, and that if you like it that much, she can make you your own sometime. You blush, you remind yourself of the embarrassment for the rest of the day, but never forget the kindness she offered. She tells you that she loves wearing bracelets she makes herself. You both get along swimmingly for a couple of introverted kids. Kinds, not kids. There isn't much time left for recreational activities, but Renee wants to take you to her favorite spot in the wooded haven. Between two trees is a large enough of a break between the greenery to notice a well-traveled trail into the forest. She looks as if she wants you to follow her further along the path. You are nervous about getting too far away from the school and getting in trouble, but you don't want to disappoint your new friend. Let's go further into the woods. Skipping and smiling, you both prepare to go on a woodland adventure, but you are caught by your teacher before you can get too far. She was calling for the two of you to come back into the schoolhouse. Even though you were both scolded, you look at each other with gleeful grins. She tells you that you will go further next time. You hear her whisper something about a mountain. And that's how we move to chapter 2 in Reaching for Petals. So, chapter 1, meeting Renee, and then, it's the progression of this relationship between Kai and Renee. And I gotta say, the game has a twist at the end that, well, I wasn't expecting. So this is chapter 2. We're now in a cave. Kind of dangerous for kids to go in.
Darkness overtakes those who enter this realm of wet and stone. Turning back leads to another kind of blindness that only incepts at the great divide of light in the abyss. It is better to become accustomed to the dark on our journey within. The only way to reach the highest peak is to descend into the deepest parts of ourself, far within the mountain. The life of the outside world does not go where we must dread. There is no reason for creatures without a conscience to join in on this quest of introspection. The light is quickly fading, giving us a sign to carry on. For now, this is the only option, the only one there's ever been.
So we're in a cave now, on this path to, well, you'll have to play to see how where the path leads you. But it's quite dark and lonely here, and a little bit scary. Kind of feels a bit like a first-person horror. Although, as you can see, it's quite still, this whole place. There's nothing really happening. It's just darkness. Wait, what if I go through there? Well, let's go faster a little bit.
This seemingly vacant corridor within the chasm consists of a series of interconnected tunnels, winding inward and outward. There is no telling where one path stops and another begins. But we must choose regardless. There is a strange familiarity about this darkness, as if you have been here once before. But that is not the case. You have always been here. You have never left this darkness. Not for many years.
That's
the abyss has become a companion and reminder of the warped life you lead. Not everything is the way it should be, but it still is all the same.
Right. The thing with how it should be, that's very relative. Very, very relative. Let's go a bit faster before I start singing Hello Darkness, my old friend. See some mushrooms here.
The silence of the deep has now been broken. What once was a faint drip has now become a bellowing beat of a heart of stone, distilling the essence of life before sending it throughout the tumultuous cavern. The pounding echoes within your mind until there is nothing left but the sound and the feeling of undeniable existence pushing forth. It has been ages since someone met with the pulsating rock. The visions granted by this enchanting boulder bears witness to your own faults. These jaded memories are not left forgotten and are carved into the walls to stand the test of time.
Not really sure what all of that meant, but we are reaching the end of our journey in the cave. I guess this is shorter, or maybe we're not reaching the end yet. Whoa, something wrong with my eyesight. Okay. Can't fall down there, I guess. The only thing I can do is kind of touch this and it falls. Huh.
The darkness is shattered at the realization that you are no longer alone. Nature's light sources fill the void like tiny bonfires, providing warmth and safety from the dark. Humming and buzzing, these light-filled guardians illuminate the darkness to reveal that there was another beside you all along.
That's a person, right?
Every step closer brings you one pace further away from this cordial being. But who could it be? In this eternal landscape of dark, only shown through the kindness of the torch-bound insects, with a shape so recognizable and so familiar, there is no mistaking the importance of a being such as this. You do not know.
So that was Renee. Or at least my vision of Renee. I'm kind of thinking that Renee is no longer with us. And I'm just imagining her. These conveniently look like stairs. Mother Nature has really done a good job to make this look like stairs. Okay. Last path.
A stark beam sits ever so strongly in the distance. Could this be the final terminal before taking off into the sun? The ever-longing vent that exceeds this darkness, that brings light into the memories so willing to fade. No, this is not the end. Not here. There is still more to witness. Fill your mind with luminosity. Steel your soul with what was taken by the abyss. Hold on to your dream and evoke the past. For remembering is all that is left for a being so broken and afraid of what is yet to come.
So I'm the being that's so broken? Huh. Another flower. Another petal. Well, multiple petals. And another memory. So that was chapter 2, and now we're going into the second memory of what happened, well, as Kai and Renee grew up together. Were these slippers here before? Oh. Laptop, I guess? Black and white photos. Oh no, the kitchen! Kitchen, which is... oh, you can't interact with anything around here. Very colorful, but quite dead in terms of interactivity. We have a yard, can't go outside. Ancient civilizations, that's us, I guess. That's us on the beach, maybe when, I don't know, getting married or something. Prom. Years now pass and love has bloomed beautifully between both of you, and you slowly become who you were born to be. The night is crisp and invigorating, and the shining stars swirl and swoon a stellar symphony. You stand, nearly confident, but lose focus at the sight of Renee and her shimmering ensemble. No aperture could open wide enough to capture her magnificence. Just compliment her. You share your feelings about her impossible beauty. She blushes and thanks you while trying to cover the redness in her cheeks. You then straighten your bow tie and pretend to act suave. She compliments you back and you both laugh and join arm in arm to the dance floor. The music is performed with all the sweet integrity of a promise made in one's youth. You both dance slowly, taking in every moment of this fairy tale experience. A song of sure significance began to overflow the pair's judgment. So we deep her to the dance or go straight for a kiss? Let's deep her to the dance. At the climax of the heroic harmony, you successfully manage to lower Renee with a professionally challenging technique. Renee looks bewildered but overjoyed due to the unexpected surprise. You both slowly draw in for a passionate kiss. Before the festivities draw to a close, the lovely pairing notices a photo booth operator taking complimentary photos. You both agree that there is no better way to commemorate a perfect night, so you enlist the energetic photographer's expertise. 3, 2, 1, smile. And that was the second chapter, and as you know, chapter 3 loads, I think I'm gonna end it here. You know, I don't want to spoil everything, but it's been pretty much half an hour and we're halfway through the game. So as I mentioned, the game is quite short, so you have to take that into account if you're interested in the genre of games. If if you don't mind not interacting with a lot of things, maybe not reading things so much, but getting, you know, most of the information from, you know, the chapters, the memories, and from the narration, then you can check out Reaching for Petals. It is available right now, as I mentioned, for 5% off. So this is chapter 3. As you can see, it's later in the day, and well, we have to go up. We'll have to go up the mountain. We won't reach all the way up, but we're gonna try to. But again, that's for the full game. If you wanna play it, it is available right now for Windows. It's $9.99, so $10 or euro. That's the base price tag. But for the launch week until September 11th, it's 5% off, so you can get it for $9.49, and you can also get the official soundtrack for $2.99, so $3 or euro. Again, everyone, this is Reaching for Petals, the first-person adventure game about love, loss, and ambition from Blue Entropy Studios, powered by Unreal Engine 4. You know, supporting keyboard and controllers. And yeah, it's somewhat of a lovely but also dramatic, you know, story with a twist at the end. So there's definitely a twist, but I'm not going to spoil it. Thanks so much everyone for watching. Again, this is Reaching for Petals. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the other content that I put on the channel, like for example other gameplay videos like this one, or developer interviews, live streams, walkthroughs even, then please click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Cryptic Hybrid for more genuine gaming, mostly indie gaming, and as always, share, tell your friends, because sharing is caring and would help me immensely. Thank you again everyone for watching. If you want to support me in a different way, then you can use the Amazon links in the description below whenever you buy anything from Amazon. They're affiliate links, just use them. You can buy, you know, the smallest thing, the biggest thing, and the small percentage of the money you spend will hopefully reach our neck of the woods. And this is, you know, you supporting the channel financially without, you know, paying anything. It's at no cost to you, so please consider using those links. Thanks again everyone for watching, and until the next time we see each other, have an awesome day.